Hi neighbor, my name is Juliet DeRienzo. On today's episode, I learned about Every Body Week, hosted by the Wellness and Prevention Center. Laird Davis recollects an embarrassing story he told at an event called Mortified. And Bryan Bouboulis teaches me some much-needed financial advice as I approach graduation. I hope you'll join me as I say, hi neighbor. The Wellness and Prevention Services celebrates Every Body Week, February 19th through the 23rd. This week is filled with activities that raise awareness about misconceptions pertaining to body image. Today, I am joined by Ashley Wainwright to talk about this incredible week promoting self-love and self-worth on App State's campus. Ashley, thank you so much for joining me today.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me.
Of course. Tell me about Every Body Week. What is it?
Yeah, so the purpose of Every Body Week is to just celebrate your body, self-love, eating healthy, working out, anything within those realms, just to celebrate your body.
Okay, so it's a full week full of these activities. What are some activities we can expect?
Yeah, so the first activity will be Monday from 12 to 5 p.m. It's going to be in the Student Union, just kind of a model call. So just like photo shoots with fun props, kind of celebrating your body in any way possible. We also have events like on Thursday, there's a group fitness class. So just kind of working out. The theme is going to be blackout, so it'll be like all serious and things like that.
All serious.
Yeah.
Cool. So tell me about this model call. What is the purpose of it?
Yeah, so the purpose is just to take pictures of yourself that are not edited. So commonly in media, there's a lot of edited photos. So we're just gonna try to take photos of just like yourself. We're also gonna have facts about like 90% of photos on the media are edited, and just some random facts like that at the table, just to like kind of see like, oh, I am beautiful and I can be beautiful without editing involved.
Wow, I really like that concept. What are some other events going on?
Yeah, so on Tuesday we just have a self-care kit going around. So this is like healthy snacks in the library. So studying, like we'll hand out healthy snacks at 5:30. We're also going to be handing out self-care kits. So a lot of lotion because of the dry season with the winter. Like candy, little snacks and things like that.
Any essential oils?
No, no
I got a
essential
self-care
oils.
kit once that had essential oils, and it was the
Oh my
best
gosh,
thing ever.
that's
But snacks
amazing.
and lotion, much needed as well.
Yes.
Much needed as well. What is your favorite activity you're looking forward to?
My favorite activity would be the group fitness one. It's on Thursday. It's just highlighting the cycle classes in the Quinn gym. There's also going to be 2 boot camp classes added that day extra, so that's really exciting. We're handing out free rally towels, so like kind of to wipe off the sweat after working out.
Okay.
Also the blackout theme as well.
So what is cycling for people that don't know? This is a new room in the Quinn Center, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
It is a new room. It's really cool. It has like neon painting in it, and you can like hook your
Fun.
phone up to the big screen so you can like see where you're at compared to the rest of the class.
Oh, cool.
It's basically a stationary bike, and you're just cycling. There's an instructor telling you to like push harder, maybe like push up the resistance as well. It's a super good workout. It's the hardest workout for me.
Wow, that's great. So do you all have any seminars where you give us some information, things we can learn about self-care?
Yes, I believe at the contact table for the model call there will be just general information as well. There's more information about the specifics of the week. So for example, on Thursday, I believe, no, not Thursday, on Wednesday, there is a healthy meal. So this is where you're learning how to cook healthy meals that are quick and easy, that are accessible in dorm rooms. So during that information section, you will cook the meal as well, and also get a cookbook that is new to the website, which is App State Eats.
Wow, that's great. I did not know that was going on. Now, the Wellness and Prevention Services, they do this kind of stuff all the time throughout the year, correct?
Yes, this is just one of the weeks we do. We also have Semicolon Week coming up in April. We have Sex Positive Week, which is like sexual health. We have a week for like almost every general area of health or wellness.
Wow, that's great. Tell our viewers how they can get to this office or where it's located.
Yeah, the office is located in the Miles Annis building. It's right behind the Student Union. It's kind of an awkward, there's like a little staircase that's here.
It's
right
next
underneath
to the post office,
yes,
correct?
Right next to the post office. Always be checking the App State page for Wellness Prevention Services. There's a whole bunch of events on there. Like every event we do, we always upload it there. The website as well.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
That is so exciting. I am very looking forward to this. I know know, this is definitely something that's needed on App State's campus. Would you agree with that?
I definitely agree. I think typically just like females in general, they like really take themselves hard and like say like the perfect Instagram post, taking 20 pictures. So I definitely think it's important.
I agree with you. I definitely agree with you. Well, thank you so much, Ashley, for coming on the show. I really enjoyed this.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me.
Of course. Now make sure to go to Every Body Week, February 19th through the 23rd. You can also go on wellness.appstate.edu to see the detailed schedule events. And coming up, Laird and I talk about his experience at Mortified.
Hey, I'm at Espresso News about to go check out Mortified, hosted by The Peel. It's a fun event where people share some embarrassing stories. Let's go check it out. I was also really just pumped about words, and I've been learning a lot of words, and my dad would give me a quarter every time I used a new word. So I was using big ones like flabbergasted. I was so excited. Like, I described the moment that I heard that I had won with a dramatic pause. The moment I heard I won, I was flabbergasted. I thought I sounded so cool in that moment. I could tell by looking at my face.
Okay, that was hilarious. I want to hear more about your time at Mortified. So why were you so flabbergasted in your story?
Okay, so I shared a story from when I was 9 years old, and I won a state handwriting competition in cursive. And at the time, I was so excited and happy with myself, and I did this TV interview. And that's great and all, but I was 9, and it's on the internet, and everyone knows me by that video now. So
It's still on the internet?
it still is. If you search my name, it's the top result.
Laird Davis. Okay, I'm definitely looking that up after this. Now, you won a competition, so you must be pretty good. Can you, for our viewers, write "Hi Neighbor" in this amazing cursive?
Please understand, it's been like 11 years, so I will do my best.
You'll be fine. So tell me more about other stories people told during Mortified.
Well, people shared a ton of really fun stories regarding embarrassing dates and experiences. One person shared the story about how their very first prom date later engaged to them, well, later proposed to them without really any, actual relationship. There were really funny stories about one guy who was actually from Australia, shared his awkward experiences moving to the US and being here. In addition, there were also a lot of just funny dating stories about a variety of things, but there are also, some musical acts and that kind of thing. So there was a good, diverse selection from poetry, stories, and music.
Great. Let's show our viewers this beautiful handwriting. We have an extra I in there for emphasis on the hi.
Hi.
I think this is definitely worthy of an award. So good job, Laird. You still got it. You still got it. So these stories were supposed to emphasize the word mortified, and it definitely did that.
Yeah, there were some stories that had people falling out of chairs and that kind of thing.
No way.
More than once, I was just covering my face, thinking about being in those sort of situations. But fortunately, because of the atmosphere and the whole mood of the event, it was very casual, and it just felt like you were sharing funny stories with friends.
Cool. So tell us more about The Peel.
Okay, so The Peel is App State's literary arts review magazine. They do a biannual release, and they also have this show biannually. So this was the spring semester version. And they do a variety of events, including gallery showings, open mic nights, and events around art crawl and that kind of thing. So they do a variety of things to support student arts on campus.
The Peel is a great source for just showcasing your art, and this event was showcasing your embarrassing stories.
Exactly.
And I mean, it's still art because you have to tell it in a creative way. You have to be entertaining. You probably have to entertain a crowd for a few minutes, which is what you did. How long was your story about, or the average story that was told?
Well, mine was probably one of the longer ones, around 10 minutes, but it ranged from 3 to 5 to 10 minutes in some cases.
Okay, and just students randomly showed up, or how did that work?
It was a really great event in that we just had people show up, and as the event went on, more people put their names on the sign-up list, and
Wow.
it ended up taking up the full allotment of 2 hours, and that was fantastic. We had a lot of great stories.
That's great. That is so funny. And you were prepared for this. You knew that you were about to wow some people, didn't you?
I've had a share of embarrassing stories in my time, and I almost went up again to do more stories, but fortunately we had so many people that I didn't have to go
Oh,
up again.
good. That is good.
Yeah.
Well, it sounds like you had a great time there. Mortified is hosted by The Peel, Appalachian's only literature and arts review magazine. Each semester, they accept submissions by students in categories ranging from prose to visual art. Check them out at thepeelreview.com. And after the break, I speak with Bryan Bouboulis to learn some tips about managing your finances. If you're anything like me, the concept of finance can get confusing and overwhelming. That is why I asked Bryan Bouboulis to come on the show today. He's a professor in the Department of Finance, Banking, and Insurance, and has agreed to help explain some financial topics that all college students should know. Bryan, thank you so much for coming on the show.
Well, thank you, Juliet. Thank you for having me.
So tell me about your involvement first with the Department of Finance.
Well, I'm an instructor there. I'm the coordinator for the internships for the finance department. I'm also the director for the financial literacy initiative on campus here.
What is that?
Basically, we try to get in front of the students and let them know what they need to be doing now to prepare themselves not only for when they get out of college, but also for their life after college and prepare for, believe it or not, we talk a lot about retirement before you even have a job.
Right, which is exactly why I wanted you on the show, because I know 2 months ago I probably knew nothing about finance, but I started getting very nervous because deadline for graduation was approaching, and I knew I needed to get serious about it.
Sure.
So first off, can we cover the subject of loans? Give us some basics that we should know.
Well, the one thing is students a lot of times don't understand the difference between subsidized and unsubsidized loans.
Okay.
When they come to campus and they're given the financial information, they're excited, they're looking around, their parents are worried, and basically it's here, sign this form, and off they go and they get these loans. When you get a subsidized loan, that means the government pretty much is paying your interest on that loan for you while you're in school, so you don't have to worry about that. If you get an unsubsidized loan, they are not paying that interest, and if you yourself are not paying that interest, it's just accumulating and putting you deeper into debt if you don't take care of that.
So when you're in school with an unsubsidized loan, your interest is just packing on more money to what you'll owe in the future?
Yes, that's true.
Okay, good to know. I definitely took a couple of those out. That was not needed through the years. All right, so what about when we're in college and let's say we have some of this money in our bank account from loans, maybe our parents help us out or we work.
Sure.
What's the best way to manage it?
Best thing to do is budget, and nobody likes to hear budget.
Yes.
When they think budget, they think constraint. I'm not going to be able to spend, but actually budgeting just tells you where you're putting your money, and if you budget properly, you can make time for savings, and then you can actually spend more.
Okay, so if I were to budget, is there a certain way I should use, like a Excel spreadsheet or a piece of paper? What do you recommend?
There's a lot of different ways, and everybody's different. So I'm kind of old school. I still have my checkbook and have an Excel spreadsheet.
Okay.
But there's apps now. You can get Mint, which you can put on your cell phone. It's by Intuit, which does QuickBooks.
Okay.
That'll tie into your bank account and also your credit card or debit card, either one, and it'll track how much you're spending each month. And you can set your spending limits on Mint, and it'll send you a text. Hey, Juliet, you spent more money eating out this month. You might want to,
A common thing.
slow it down, or next month you need to, cut back on that so you can stay within your budget and make corrections.
Okay, so I know one tip that I've learned over the years is just something like Mint, but I use actually a whiteboard. It's probably not the most efficient way, but I'll literally just go online, look at my bank statements and write, okay, I went to Kobo like 5 times too many this
Sure.
month. and just adjust it from there.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a concept I think you've talked about before, about living within your means.
Yes, that's very important. Finance is not complicated, it's very basic, and the best thing about it is basic finance hasn't changed for thousands of years. Spend less than you make and invest early and invest often, and you'll reach your financial goals.
Right. And tell me a little bit about retirement.
Well, retirement, there's a couple of key things in retirement. The sooner you start investing, the greater chance you have for interest accumulating. Interest is compounding, so that means interest not only on the principal amount that you invest, but the interest on the interest, and it grows exponentially.
Sure.
So the earlier you start, the better off you are.
Time is your friend in this
Time is
case,
your
for
friend,
sure.
yes.
And you recommend starting right outside of college, in college?
Well, right now everybody's hopefully in college, so now's the time to start. If you were in
Really?
high school, I would recommend starting as soon as you get a job and you get cash flow coming in, that's the time to start investing.
Wow, okay. That's some great advice. Would it be something, an IRA, is that correct?
Yes, IRAs, an individual retirement agreement, would be one type, and all that is kind of the blanket on your type of investment, and that can be, and I'm going to get a little complicated, mutual funds, bonds, stocks, electronic trade funds, things
Right.
like that.
And these are all subjects that we could probably expand for many, many hours, it seems
Oh,
like.
yes,
Well,
yes.
thank you so much for coming on the show and explaining these topics.
No problem. Thank you for having me.
And when it comes to finances, one thing I've learned is discipline and dedication determines your financial situation. I hope today's discussion has helped you gain a better understanding about your finances and what it takes to be on the right financial track. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you have a chance to check out a few events during Every Body Week, had a laugh at Mortified, and learned some important financial tips. Make sure to follow us on Facebook and Instagram at WatchAppTV, and check out our YouTube channel, AppTV, to see more content and features. Until next time, bye neighbor!